What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the garage. And today we are out here. It is 10:54 p.m. on a Friday in the burbs. So you know what that means. It means that nothing exciting is happening because we are in the suburbs. But 2023 is dedicated to championships. It's dedicated to driving. So I could be out in the city. I could be with my friends. But I'm dedicating my time to this thing. A car. So we're out here. I had to go to Lowe's, and then I also had to go to Walmart. I got a bunch of supplies because I've been like saving as much as I could after the incident with PayPal that I talked about in my last video. So like I've been saving on like crazy things like laundry detergent, dish soap, food, like eating out less, not buying brake clean, not buying degreaser, not buying gloves. So I've been going really hard in that respect. So I actually, I felt comfortable today knowing my paycheck's going to come next week, looking at the cash flows, reorganizing some of the investments that I have and ensuring that the money's going to flow back into my bank. And I was like, all right, like I think I have money. So I went and I bought some brake clean and some other stuff. So I'll show you guys that. I also, for the volunteer car, on the floor right now, I have a D16 Y8 or D16 Y7, a non-VTEC motor, and the crank pulley bolt is so seized on there that we couldn't get it off with a Milwaukee impact, like a fuel. So like we're talking like 1,000 over like 1,200, 1,300 foot-pound breakaway, brand new battery, couldn't get it off. So I didn't have a torch tip, and I wasn't gonna buy one because I'm on a budget. So today I was like, I got the money, so I'm gonna buy one. So I bought a tiny little torch tip. And they only are supposed to work with propane, but I've used one that's only supposed to work with propane on map for years and years and years, and it broke eventually. But so yeah, I have propane gas, and I'm just gonna heat it up with propane for like minutes and just see if it pops off. So it's all good. Okay, so here's the haul that we got from Walmart today. Peep the slippers. It's so I spent for the oil, the gloves, and for the brake clean, and then for I got something for the house. I forget what it was. I spent $100. Okay. I use Mobile One. Whatever the cold weight is, I really don't want to pay attention to it. If it's 0W, I use it. If it's 5W, I use it. But it has to be 40 weight. And then I use European Car Formula Mobile One. It works really well. Some of the more fancy racers will talk about using Schaefer's oil. The modern synthetics are so good. It's a wash. Just change your oil after every event. Don't treat your motor like a piece of crap. And I do Blackstone tests after every event. So Mobile One, 5W40, that's what I use. You can use cheaper oil, you can use more expensive. It's up to you. What's your risk tolerance? I got some angle iron. That was $20 from Home Depot. And then I got this. This is my little torch tip from Home Depot, or Lowe's, $25. So Lowe's and Lowe's. This one, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to use this as a camber gauge. So what are we going to do with that? So we're going to cut it to length so that I can lay it up against the wheels that I have. And then I bought for $30, I bought a digital level finder that you can calibrate. A Klein Tools digital level finder. You can buy them at Home Depot. Lowe's did not have them. The cheapest one they had was $50. I bought mine on Amazon, and it's going to arrive overnight at my doorstep. And it's magnetic. So basically, you would put it down on the ground in front of the car. So like, let's say if the level in front of your car is this way or this way, you put it on the surface so it calibrates to the level of the surface, right? You calibrate it to 0, then you stick it on there because it's magnetic, and then you put it up against the wheel kind of like this, and it gives you a reading of your camber, and it's super accurate.
I've been doing trigonometry to measure camber, and I think I induce more errors with the trigonometry, even though it's supposed to be more accurate than I do with just using a digital angle finder. So that will save me a ton of time in the garage. And then the next thing that I got to do with regards to alignment is get a smart string set up. So I'm probably not going to spend $300 to $500 on a smart string setup. What I'm probably going to do is make my own. But basically, it sets it up so the geometric center of the car is, you know, within the bounds of the string, and it hangs basically a, you know, a tube this way, and then a tube on the rear, same way, like across the width of the car, and then you get string from the tube on the front to the tube in the rear. Kind of abstract if you don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, just look up smart string and you'll see what it is. But you can make your own. There's DIY smart strings. So tonight, while we're in here, so I checked valve lash on the motor. I think 2 cylinders needed to be adjusted. So you can very easily tell that I was in here working with valve lash because my notebook is all oily. And if you look at all the notebooks I have over the years, they're oily and they're gross. So yeah, I think 2 cylinders had to be adjusted, the valves, so 4 valves in total. And then I printed, I have a label maker now, so I got that for free. And basically the label maker, I printed out, you know, the intake and the exhaust, valve lash settings with inches and millimeters for the GSR and the Type R, which are the same. And I was able to set the valve lash the way I should have. I have the feeler gauges and everything. One thing I want to show you guys. All right, well, I wanted to show you guys the tool that I made to do valve lash, but I'll just post a picture of it. All right, so now we are going to go and clean this. I'm gonna clean the top first because there's a bunch of oil leaks on this motor. I haven't had time to fix them, probably won't, honestly, until I pull the motor from the car, which I'm gonna do at some point to test the Type R. We're gonna clean the top of this first. And then we're gonna reuse this gasket. So, you know, people say don't reuse gaskets. I don't have money to not reuse gaskets. So we're gonna reuse the gasket because I don't care. And oil leaks make you stronger, right? I think some philosopher said that. So when we're reusing gaskets, you gotta make sure everything's bone dry. So basically, go with some brake clean. I used about, you know, a quarter of a can on this job. Clean the gasket mating surfaces. I usually use, so I got, these rags it's a 300 count for $13 as of 2023. And they're Intex cloth-like rags. They're cheaper than the shop towels that you would normally buy, the blue ones. These are the best bang for the buck that I've seen. I use those, and then I'll take a screwdriver and I'll push it into crevices if I need to. After everything is bone dry, I blow it out. I blow everything out with air, compressed air. Oh, I dropped my cigar. That's not good. Okay, so anyway, okay, it's lit. It's lit. I blow it out with compressed air, get all the foreign material out, any pieces of glove, any pieces of paper towel. By the way, these gloves suck. Then I dry the gaskets themselves outside of the valve cover, and then I put, the factory service manual doesn't say to do this, but I put RTV here, 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 and then here. So a couple different spots to keep this main gasket from falling out when I'm installing it on the motor. Then on these little O-rings, I clean them out. Again, RTV here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here. And then it's ready to install. So this is all dry, and then I clean all the rubber surfaces of any RTV that I used to make sure that it's ready to mount to this. Once it's ready to mount to this, so I clean all this off. That's what I haven't done yet, but we're gonna clean this off.
Then we're gonna get all of this old RTV off, like here, and make sure it doesn't fall into the valve train. And then we're going to put new RTV on, and then we're gonna put it on and seal it up.
And that's how you prevent leaks from the valve cover.
All right, we got it all together. So what I did was I don't have a small impact, so I have a drill. So I put it on the highest clutch setting that I could. I have this adapter that I got out of a broken gear wrench. Gear wrench normally makes good stuff, but this stuff broke. So I have an adapter out of it, and I threw the rest away because I tried to fix it and it didn't work. Long story short, so we used the drill. To tighten everything. First, cross pattern for the outside bolts in the valve cover, then hand tightened. Threw on this adapter for the coil on plug, did the same thing with these bolts here, and then I marked them all so that if they loosen up, I can see. Same thing with the coil on plug. So now we have to reattach the ground, reattach the wiring harness, and then we're going to drain oil. We're going to collect the sample, and we're going to send it off to Blackstone, and it should tell us if the motor is what the motor's doing. So yeah. Okay. A ver si está suficiente el propano solo, porque no tengo map gas. Pero con el propano suficiente, con el propano solo, si podemos calentar esta pieza, todo será bien. So we're gonna see if we can heat up this bolt, and then we're just gonna let it sit here. It's gonna sit here forever. We're gonna try and get it red hot and then bang it off, because like I said, Milwaukee gun would not get this. So finally got the new piece on, new tip. And finalmente tenemos la pieza nueva para mi garaje, la herramienta nueva, y entonces vamos a ver. Sí. We have heated this up, I would say, for probably a good like 10 minutes. El propano no está suficiente. No se funciona. It's yeah, I think we need map gas. But we're sitting here. I mean, I'm spraying it with penetrating grease and hitting it with the gas and hitting it with the gun and holding it with the the crank pulley tool. It's stuck on there, man. It really is. Yeah, dude, no. No. I even tried breaking it off with the breaker bar and a cheater bar on a breaker bar. No. And I tried it twice. You know, I tried it with the 3 times probably. I tried it, with the heat. I tried it without heat. I tried it after the Milwaukee. Yeah, man. No, it's gonna have to sit some more with penetrating grease. It's bad.
All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's late. It's like 12:40 p.m. Tired. All right, gotta drop the oil next time I come out in the garage. Check the shock compression and play with some toe settings, and then drop the transmission, fix the transmission. Transmission was bad at the Glen. So lots of stuff, but we'll get to it. All right, y'all. Peace.